In this lesson, we tackle application delivery in Azure Virtual Desktop. We'll go deep on App Attach, the current feature for dynamically attaching applications to a session without installing them on the image, cover how it evolved from the older MSIX-only App Attach, walk through the disk image and identity requirements, and place it next to Citrix app layering and Omnissa app volumes as category equivalent solutions. Installing applications directly into a golden image feels simple until you're managing more than a handful of apps across multiple host pools with different user populations. Every app adds build time, patch surface, and testing burden, and every user of that image gets every app whether they need it or not. App Attach exists to break that coupling. If you've read older material, you'll have seen this called MSIX App Attach, which matched its original scope of MSIX packages only. Today it's simply App Attach, and the scope has genuinely broadened to support MSIX, AX, and AppV packages. When you see the old name in a document or exam question, don't assume the feature is still MSIX only, that's outdated. 3 conditions all have to be true for a user to get an App Attach application. The app has to be assigned to the host pool. The user has to be able to sign in through a desktop or remote app application group, and for remote app specifically, the app needs to be added to that group too. And the app has to be assigned to the user, directly or through a group membership. Registration is what actually makes an attached app usable. On-demand registration only partially registers apps at sign-in and finishes the job when the user actually launches the app. It's the default because it doesn't slow down sign-in. Logon blocking fully registers every assigned app during sign-in itself, which is more predictable but scales badly as you assign more apps to a user. You have a choice of disk image format for your application packages. CimFS mounts and unmounts noticeably faster than VHDX and uses less CPU and memory, but Microsoft only recommends it when your session hosts are running Windows 11. If you have a mixed estate or host still on Windows 10 multi-session, stick with VHDX. VHD itself is supported but explicitly discouraged for new deployments. When you ship a new version of an application, side-by-side creates a whole new application entry pointing at the new image, so old and new versions can run concurrently. In-place updates the existing application object to a new image and version number, and users pick it up automatically at their next sign-in with no maintenance window required. Either way, don't delete the old image until you're sure nothing still depends on it. App Attach supports Microsoft Entra ID and Active Directory domain services as identity providers, but explicitly not Microsoft Entra domain services, a common trap if you're already using Entra domain services elsewhere. For Entra-joined hosts, you grant the reader and data access RBAC role to the Azure Virtual Desktop Service principals, and because that grants broad access, dedicate that storage account to App Attach images only, not shared with FSLogix or anything else. Plan your file share performance around roughly 1 steady-state IOP per 1 GB image per session host, with bursts up to around 10 IOPs during boot and sign-in. Keep the share in the same Azure region as your hosts to minimize latency, and exclude the application images from antivirus scanning since they're read-only and scanning them just adds unnecessary I/O. App Attach isn't a unique idea, it's Microsoft's implementation of a pattern every major platform has. Citrix app layering and Omnissa app volumes solve exactly the same problem for their own platforms, decoupling applications from the base image and assigning them per user or group. None of the 3 are interoperable with each other, so when a customer already has a mature app volumes or app layering catalog, that's a real switching cost question for the platform choice conversation. Next lesson, we bring teams and peripherals into the session.